Okay, we're going to take a look at the vocabulary for today. Um, this is in the 1960s during the Civil Rights Movement, and the focus of this group of words is civil rights. Um, there's a term called de facto segregation, and that's just what it says it is. De facto means by fact, and segregation means separation. So it's by practice and custom. That means it's just the way we did things in society that was racist or segregated. We segregated people by fact. Then we have de jure segregation, which is by segregation by law. That would be like a law that wouldn't allow blacks to eat at the same lunch counter that whites could eat at, or something of that nature. So it's just by law. There's a gentleman named Malcolm X. As a young man, he was arrested and went to prison. His name wasn't Malcolm X. I forgot what his name was, but his name wasn't Malcolm X. He studied Muslim religion while he was in prison, and he became, when he was released from prison, he became a leader of the black community and a voice of discontent. And he urged black Muslims to stand up for themselves and oppose the racism that occurred. His father had been killed by white racists in the South, and Malcolm X became a strong leader. He was eventually assassinated, but he had a great influence on the black community. There was another gentleman named Stokely Carmichael, and he came up, well, before we go to that, he was the leader of the black community who challenged blacks to define their own goals, which that sounds like a small thing, but it's a big thing. And he termed the next word is Black Power. He termed that, coined that term. And Black Power had to do with people, just as Carmichael said, defining their own goals and self-empowerment. It's something that we talk about today. Black Panthers. That was a political party that was formed to fight against police brutality in the ghetto. So you know what a ghetto is. It's kind of a segregated area in the cities that, and apparently police brutality was a major problem in ghettos. During this period, there were lots of riots and there was a great deal of violence. President Johnson established a Kerner Commission, and they studied the causes of the urban violence during that period, and they determined that it was basically the biggest cause was white racism. 1968, the Civil Rights Act ended discrimination in housing, at least legally. Affirmative action was established during this period, and those affirmative actions just basically special efforts to hire or enroll groups that have suffered discrimination. Okay, and so that's it with the vocabulary for today. And next I'm going to you guys can, you could pause this video in order to Write down the words if that's what you would like to do. But I'm going to go ahead and read to you next. So, thank you.